Gel blasters, $50, Amazon. It's not an ad, but I wish it was. BBC just released an investigation slash interview. They did an investigation on Andrew Tate, and I guess they interviewed one of his ex-girlfriends, and she talks about like her experience with him. It's a 40-minute video. The main video, the full video, is a 40-minute video, but I cut it up. I cut out her parts of her talking so it doesn't take forever, and I sped it up a little, but you could clearly hear it. I sped it up a little just so it doesn't take forever, once again. And if it sounds weird, once again, it's because I cut it up. So listen to this and let me know what you think. It's only audio. I don't know why they didn't do a visual, but this is just a random video playing in the back.
It's very difficult because I don't feel like a victim. I mean, all the choices I made were of my free will. He didn't, bundle me up in a bag, throw me in the back of a lorry and drive me there. But at what point does the emotional or psychological manipulation turn into being forced to do something? Everyone knows the power of that emotion and the things that you do for it. Any kind of rationale or logic kind of leaves your body and you find yourself doing things that maybe you wouldn't normally do. And this is just another one of those situations. It was kind of annoying to see his name everywhere, but I knew. I said it to all my friends. It's a matter of time before they figure out what's really going on here.
She spent months in Romania with Tate, believing that she was Tate's girlfriend. But as she'll tell us later in this programme, he quickly became controlling and violent at his home on the outskirts of Bucharest.
He approached me on Facebook originally, completely out of the blue. It didn't ring any bells. But just right off the back, the way he spoke, the way he made me feel, he was very charming and he made himself seem very familiar. He made me feel very comfortable. There were no red flags at all in the beginning. He just took an interest in my day-to-day life, wanted to know what I was into, what made me happy. It was developing naturally.
Sophie says that he then asked her to join him in Romania. She'd never met him before, but it felt right to Sophie in that moment.
I was at a stage of my life where everything sort of felt a bit boring and a bit dull, and this idea of an adventure and then lifestyle, and this guy seemed so into me, and he's making me smile every day, and the idea just seemed attractive to me.
So Sophie came to Romania, and she ended up in Tate's weird meat factory home.
Weird meat factory home? What the?
All seemed fine at the start. He was quite charming, but then something strange happened.
For the first couple of days of being with him, he was as I expected him to be. And then I can't remember how long I was there for the first time. I think it was 4 or 5 days. It was quite a long time considering it was the first time we'd met, but he just disappeared in the middle of the night. He was in bed next to me and I heard him get up and I thought he's just gone to the bathroom, and he just didn't come back.
Sophie was in his house alone for days. The man she thought was her boyfriend had vanished. It was odd, and in hindsight, a little disturbing. But she had no idea that this was his MO, that he targeted women that he hoped would work in his expanding webcam empire, treating them like property. Listen to what Sophie says happened when she finally flew in to Romania. There was no mention of webcamming when they talked on.
So her real name is not Sophie. I don't know if they said in this video her real name is not Sophie. They're just using that name. They don't want to use her real name.
Facebook. She thought that this was about romance.
I didn't really think of, what could this really be about, and it didn't really cross my mind, so there was some naivety there, I guess, from my part. A couple of times he'd said to me, oh, you should do it, you'd make a fortune, but you don't have to, if you don't want to. You don't have to do it. You can do nothing, I make enough money. But he was always reminding me that the option was there, and that kind of progressed into, well, if you love me, you would do it. If you care about me, you would do it, because, this is my business, and we can build something together and make all this money, and we can buy property, and we can invest, and we can build this thing together.
She'd done modelling and pole dancing before working for Tate, so it was an industry that she'd been on the fringes of. But she'd been pulled in by Tate's promise of romance and had never planned to end up in the situation she found herself in. But the control was getting worse. If she went out with friends without his permission, she'd have to pay a fine.
A fine? What the hell?
There was some disagreement about something, and he just... he held me up against the wall and he slapped me really hard and followed it with, you whore, you something or other.
In bed, rough sex turned into something she hadn't consented to.
Most of the violence was sexual. That's obviously something that he's into. He likes to feel completely in control of the woman and feel like he could take their life away at any second. That is a big sexual turn on for him, which is crazy and disgusting. But at the time, I was just so intent on wanting to please him and just wanting him to be happy that I was kind of just, yeah, okay, do whatever you want. But yeah, looking back on it, he used to strangle me. That was the thing that to the point where I actually passed out once, and I think he panicked then because he knew he'd gone too far.
After some time, Sophie decided to leave Andrew Tate, realising that she'd had enough of constantly feeling inferior to him. Mentally, she was broken by the relationship. We put all of Sophie's allegations to Andrew Tate's legal team. We spoke to them via email and on the phone, and finally we received a WhatsApp message. They said they wouldn't be issuing a statement.
All right, so I don't know how true this is, obviously. This is according to BBC's interview they did with her. I don't even know if she's real as in if she was one of Andrew Tate's ex-girlfriend. I don't know. I can't say yes or no, but you guys heard it. We'll see what comes out more in the coming days. I believe they said I believe one of BBC's investigators said the trial's going to be in May or something, but I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. We'll see if any of this is going to be true or not. Any of the stuff that is on his side is going to be true or not. But let me know what you think of this in the comments, and it'll mean the world to me if you subscribe. Thank you for watching.